Tonight's match ends in defeat at Hampden, but tonight should also end with Steve Clarke being relieved of his duties. We'll come back to football. It's time for fans react. I was in the chat for the match review, typing away, reacting, responding to people, shout out to everyone that was involved. But just to reiterate, the guy has to go. Like, it's not even an exaggeration, right? We've got two Serie A winners in our midfield, alongside Lewis Ferguson, who captained Bologna to their first trophy in like 50 odd years. You've got John McGinn, Aston Villa captain, a top team in the Premier League, right? That and then you've got others like Lennon Miller coming through, right? We've got a midfield that rivals any midfield in Europe for me, right? And that may sound like, oh, people may be like, that's an over exaggeration. No, I have faith in our midfield with the correct manager to go toe to toe and hold their own against any midfield. Because you're talking about two guys that play for the league champions in Serie A, Lewis Ferguson, who is one of the best players in Serie A, and John McGinn, who is one of the better midfielders in the Premier League. There's nothing wrong with that. John McGinn's not the best in the Premier League, right? I'm not, he's not a Kevin De Bruyne. He's not a Martin Odegaard guy like that, right? He's the step below them, but there's nothing wrong with that. He's a quality midfielder, right? And this guy can't get a tune at them. Andy Robertson, one of the best left backs in the world for Liverpool. I can't remember the last time Andy Robertson played a good game for Scotland. I'm fucking baffled. Goalkeeping wise, we've got good goalies, and he's picked a guy who's got 9 minutes across 2 years. It's time to go, man. And see this whole gimmick of we don't have wingers. Yo, I like there's players that just rarely play when they get called up, right? How many times have we seen like Greg Taylor get called up, right, and no get a minute? And as much as I think Greg Taylor's all right, and he's kind of just been shafted by the fact you've got Robertson and Tierney there, is it no time that we actually just put wingers in? Yeah, who might be a wee bit worse than some other players in the squad, but it gives you a different formation, something different, man. Playing 5-4-1. Oh my days, it depresses me, man. Or even, see the night. Why not play 4-3-3 and play Tierney left wing? He's done it for Arsenal. He's done it before. Oh, I could greet. Anyway, let's see. Ewan Cameron. Dear Scotland national team and Scottish FA, it's time for change. We're all pig sick of the negative tactics and the 5-4-1 formation. Yeah, I mean, he wants Anjan and Clark out. I've no complaints with that. Like I said in the review, I mean, that is the complete, like, different end of the footballing spectrum. Ange, the football would be great. And I've seen someone, like, oppose to it and say, but you'd get battered by the bigger nations. We're getting battered by the Diddy nations. We conceded 6 goals in 2 games against Greece and France. Greece and France, Greece and Iceland. Let's not pretend, right, that we're on this like great run of form against the big teams. We're not. Like, yeah, we beat Spain. By God, it was a beautiful day 2 years ago. But it's 2 years ago. It's fucking insane how time goes, man. Um, Fuck Beal says, I know Connor Barron is somewhere laughing his head off right now. End the line for the Elkie Clark again. It's like Connor Barron didn't get a sniff. Josh Dodge didn't get a sniff. Guys that have actually got minutes, right, and play regularly at club level, and he throws Kieran Slicker in, a guy that's played nothing. I'm baffled, man. I mean, look how long, right, it took for like Lennon Miller to break into the team, right? Max Johnson, guys that have been included in squads for ages to make their debuts. Look how long it took him to actually play Lewis Ferguson. Look how long it took him to actually bring in Billy Gilmore. Look how long it took him to give Shankland minutes, and even then at the Euros he didn't. Why is Clark so reluctant to give minutes to guys that have actually got like experience under their belt at club level, goals and assists dripping at them? And this Slicker guy, man, he flung him in. I am, yeah. So you could argue, right, you couldn't have anticipated it going that bad, but the guy's rusty. He looked petrified, man, and that was a friendly at Hampden against Iceland. This wasn't a World Cup qualifier crunch game or anything of the like, or a game at the World Cup or a game at the Euros. It was a friendly, and he looked petrified, man. Crazy. Um, James Hosey says the English had Capello, the Irish had Trapattoni, and we have Steve Clark. Yep. I mean, I've seen the. We'll probably see the Osama bin Laden memes. Roman Catholico. Get Clark and Carver out the door, and we might actually qualify for the World Cup. Phantom says that was a genuinely fitting tribute to Jack McGinn. How bizarre is it, right? Bet that doesn't happen often in football, where there's a minute's silence, or I don't think it was like a minute's applause. I think was it a minute's silence? No, it was definitely an applause for somebody, and a guy playing for them is like directly related to the guy. Obviously, John McGinn. You see that happen a lot often. Like the caddy says, Ange Postecoglou in, Clark out. I agree. Mr. Chuck Butty, square passes, back passes, Rusty Souness. Look at that. There. As for Ange coming in, you know what? I think Ange would be perfect. I think he would be. We need to start playing good football and utilising the talent that we've got, because this Clark is killing it. And I was thinking this off air. I say off air, you know what I mean? Like, we've actually got a squad that surpasses the level of the manager. It's insane. Normally, like, if you speaking from a Rangers perspective, right? Yeah, Beale, Clement, etc. They're no good enough. Even going back to the Pedro Murray days, right? Everybody like that over like the past decade. The managers deserved sacked and they're no good enough, right? But the squads were shite. You're talking rebuild this, rebuild that, and obviously I get it with the national team. You can't rebuild, right? You can just pick different people for the nation. The thing is, no one's asking for half this squad to be ripped out and bring in fresh faces. Now there is the odd people like Grant Hanley, etc. You know, the Kenny McLeans of this world, Stuart Armstrongs, and two of them are in this squad. But it's insane that we're in this situation where everyone just wants rid of the manager, and it's not a case of get rid of the manager and we need to bring new people in, new blood. People just want rid of the manager. There's almost like no blame being put on the players. Like, I know, yeah, Slicker made 3 mistakes tonight, and it was shocking, man. Don't get it wrong, but Clark put him in that place, man. The manager just needs to go. Gaza West has to be up there with the worst performance I've seen in many a decade. Shockingly bad. 5 at the back in a friendly against Iceland. We concede 3. At least Hanley got another cap though. Clark out. That's it, isn't it, man? 5 at the back in a friendly against Iceland, and we concede 3 at Hampden. That should be your marching orders right there. Come on. Ian, I don't like to see a man lose his job, but Clark isn't taking this team anywhere. He needs to go. Doug says, sack Clark and replace him with Big Ange, please. Everybody's wanting Big Ange. Jenny says, absolute embarrassment. I'll tell you what, though, about Ange. Obviously adored by Celtic fans. And he's popular amongst neutrals. Even me as a Rangers fan, and I follow a lot of Rangers fans, I talk to a lot of Rangers fans. Most people like Ange, even despite being a Celtic manager. I like the fact he takes the media head on and calls them out and actually, backs himself. Need that more often. And I think he'd do a job. Adam says Clark out and in. Clark needs to go. In fact, if I was a betting man, I'd say Liechtenstein is in with a real shout. Wonder what odds Liechtenstein are, man. McTominay played out of position, but Steve knows best. Out of ideas, out of his depth. Sack Clark. Surely nobody's defending Clark and everybody wants him to fuck off. Ange looks no bad. Not top. Reese says, though, who watched it, how bad was it 1 to 10? A 1. And is that the thumbnail? Just, do we slap that on the thumbnail? Fans react? It's no good, guys. Honestly, Steve Clark. What is there to say about the guy? The balloon has burst. Seeing you're getting compared to Osama bin Laden, the game's it's gone, man. You need to go. There's no saving it. You know, I don't think Osama bin Laden could have realistically done anything to redeem himself. Can Steve Clark do it? Time will tell. But anyway, on that note, peace.